When people become weed heads, they become sluggish, lazy, stupid, and unconcerned. Sluggish, lazy, stupid, and unconcerned. That's all marijuana does to you.
I used to be confused when I heard that interlude on the Frank Ocean album, when she said, weed makes you sluggish, lazy, stupid, and unconcerned. I kind of brushed it off at the time, because weed didn't do any of that to me. It actually made me feel the opposite. It made me feel focused, happier, like more creative. It felt like I had unlocked a better version of myself, but over time that changed. Like the motivation faded, the creativity started to feel forced. I was tired more often, less driven. That same thing I thought was helping me grow was starting to hold me back. So now I get what she meant. We can feel amazing in the beginning, but it sneaks up on you. And if you're not careful, it becomes a trap. Disguised as comfort. And I'm doing this specific... Oh my god. There's a wasp. Oh my god. Oh my god. This video is for people that want to quit because they feel like it's becoming an unhealthy habit, or just want to cut down on the amount they're doing. Hearing this from someone who never had the struggle of getting high 24/7, 7 days a week, is probably something you'll write me off for or not take me seriously for, but because I don't truly know the struggle. But even just doing it 3-4 times a week definitely has an impact on you. I cut it out to like 2 to 3 times a month. The first reason that helped me come to this point in my life is realizing how much weed kills ambition. It makes you too okay with staying where you're at. Second reason I would say is I hate the idea of being controlled by withdrawal symptoms. Like right now I'm on vacation, and if I was still getting high 4 times a week like I used to, I'd have to either sober up before the trip, or I'd be going through withdrawal symptoms while I'm here, and that's not the kind of vibe I want on vacation, okay? Another reason I would say not picking it up is I feel like I'm outgrowing it. I feel like it was a cute phase when I was 19 to 22, but now that I'm 23, almost 25, where my brain is almost fully developed, I have no idea if that has anything to do with it. I don't think they correlate. I don't know. But I just find myself not as interested anymore. Like the craving is just not there. It's probably a mix of things, like age, maturity, but also like interactions I've had. And I made a video trying to quit weed, but just to see the difference it would make, if any. And someone left a comment that just sounded dumb, and it just sounded like they were trying to justify their addiction. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say they sounded dumb. It just frustrated me. Like, if someone's trying to quit to feel healthier, why would you try to discourage that? Like, you can do what you want, I don't care, but discouraging someone from being sober is weird to me. That's weird. Let me actually just bring up the comment now, because... Alright, so this person says,
I used weed to quit everything bad for me. Why would you want to quit? I quit drugs, alcohol, nicotine, processed foods, everything bad for me. I was able to quit because of weed. Weed causes homeostasis. I don't know if that's how you say it.
Homeostasis. I literally realized after this that I was saying it wrong the whole time. We should all be dependent on homeostasis. And then someone comments, which is basically what I'm trying to say right now and what I agree with. People are different and have different relationships with weed. That should be obvious, right? There's absolutely no way weed cannot cause harm to certain groups of people. Exactly. Plenty of reasons wanting to quit. Glad it helped you through. That's amazing. Like, the thing is, something that also helped, and I would never tell people this because, oh, I guess I'm telling you guys this now, but I would never go around advertising mushrooms as this. Like, this guy's classifying weed in the sense like, okay, if it helps you do that, great, that's good for you, because like, I don't struggle with any drug addiction or alcohol or nicotine, maybe processed food, but that's a little harder to like get away from. But yeah, I don't have that same experience that this person does. I don't need to quit nicotine. I don't smoke, and I don't do that. I don't take any drug other than weed or mushrooms in the past. Like, I've never done any, and I'm not interested in any. Like, it sounds like you're using weed as a crutch, like you switched out other substances for one substance, which, okay, that's cool for the beginning, but when are you gonna switch that out for like just being healthy? For example, like I was saying, like shrooms was something that, since my last shroom video, that was when my urge for getting high just immediately gone. Like, I went sober for like 3 months, like just for no reason. Like, I had no, like, I just didn't have the urge to get high. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but then again, mushrooms affect everyone differently, so I'm not gonna sit here and I've taken it 2 times prior to that, and it didn't have that effect on me. Well, maybe the first time, but the first time I think is a little understandable. I was still in like kind of shock from the whole thing. The second time it didn't have that effect, and the third time that happened, and that really helped me. And so that, along with age and maturity and outgrowing it and all that, I think mushrooms definitely helped a lot, because that was around the same time, right? But I'm not gonna go around advertising that and telling people, oh, take this, it'll cure whatever problem you have, or like, you know what I mean? Because that's irresponsible. It affects everyone differently, and like, that's what this guy's doing. He's just going around being like, take some weed, it's good for you. Like, no, it's not. They just seem super emotional, and you can't really have a proper conversation. Yeah, that's a really stupid ass comment. Like, if I'm making a video literally telling you the difference, and there's several other videos out there and research out there that shows the benefits of when you go from smoking every single day to putting that shit down, the benefits that happen. So I don't know where this person's getting their information from. I don't know how they're justifying it in their brain. Another thing that made me reflect on my own habits was hanging out with this friend I had. I was driving and he was in the passenger seat. We were going to see a movie. I was driving, so I didn't get high. Usually we take the bus and then we get high and then we just go watch the movie, but I'm driving, so that was gonna happen. He kept pushing it on me, which I didn't like. Like, are you good? If you're okay putting your life at risk, that tells me you don't value your life, so you most definitely don't value mine. And that just kind of pissed me off, and that kind of stuck with me. Like, I don't like when people pressure you into doing things you already said no to. I even met up with a subscriber, shout out King, and even he had the decency, we never met before, he had the decency to check I was good before I drove. And you know what, granted, he was probably checking for his own safety, but that's smart, is it not? That's the bare minimum you could do. I want a friend that cares about our safety. I just got my license, like, I can barely drive sober. I'm joking, I can drive, but I'm just saying, I'm just getting comfortable on the road. Why the fuck? And even that part doesn't even matter. I wouldn't do that regardless. Anyway, driving around, that friend slumped down in the passenger seat, being sober just kind of like woke me up, and it felt like I was driving around a zombie. Like, and honestly, that's the nicest way to put it, if you get what I mean. Like, because I don't want to say anything mean about someone that I considered a genuine friend at the time, but you also have to distance yourself from people that are a bad influence and people that want better for themselves. And that isn't the ultimate reason why I distance myself from that friend. There's other shit that just like kind of added up, and I'll talk about it a little bit, but if it doesn't correlate to weed, I'm not gonna bring it up. But there's other shit. But there were times after work where we'd have in-depth conversation about what we were doing after work or over the weekend, and then an hour later, as I get home, he texts me the same things that we just talked about at the bus stop. Like, you're asking the same questions, like, bro, how fried is your brain, like, that you don't remember an entire conversation that we just had? Like, and he also started doing that with texts, like in the same conversation that you can just scroll up if you forgot my answer. Like, just scroll up. I don't understand, like, what, like, you're asking the same questions within the same conversation within the same hour. I don't understand that. And I just can't do it anymore. Like, I can't deal with it. And there was other shit that they would just do that would frustrate me. Like, one time we were driving to, this was the last time we ever hung out. We were driving to Yorkdale, which is a mall. We were going to the movie theater, right? And usually we take the bus or the train. So I don't know the parking lot like that. I don't know what the closest part to the the theater is. I don't know what section of the parking lot is closest to the movie theater, right? But he said he does, right? So I'm asking you for directions. Okay, where do I turn? You're giving me directions and then saying I'm dumb for turning this way when that's the way that you just told me to turn. Like, who's dumb? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that would get anyone frustrated. And being sober and dealing with that is like not like, you're not like it. You do a lot of reflecting. And I don't do that to people when I'm high, but I don't ever want to get to that point, right? Like, I don't, because it's frustrating, it's annoying. Like, I don't want to be around someone like that. Like I said, I distance myself, but there are other reasons, but they're not weed related, so it's not really relevant. That was the last time I hung out with him, though, and I've avoided hanging out with him since. And honestly, eventually, it was no longer a problem to avoid, because like, he just stopped. Maybe he noticed I was distancing myself, because he kind of did point it out, but I didn't really say anything. I think God gave me an out there, because I don't like ending friendships on a bad note or with the drama at all. So that was like like, I didn't know what to say to him, you know. So I was able to end it drama free, and so I think everything worked out perfectly, to be honest. And if I told the truth, he would just get upset. Like, people don't like the truth. That would just start so much drama. Like, hopefully, you know, if you're watching, you're doing better for yourself and you're in a better place, and like, regardless of everything. Like, do you guys remember that mushroom video where I was trying to hint towards it in the video, but I didn't want to outright say it because we were still friends? But like, I would, like, the black aura I was talking about, like the dark, the insert clip, like, that's what I was talking about. Like, and then 2 weeks later they showed their true colors. That's crazy. It was like each person that I could think of in the moment, each person in my life, it's like they all had an aura, and that color, like the aura was like a color behind them, and that color represented who they were as a person. So if you had black and a little bit of green in there, or just purely black is what I was seeing, to be honest, that represents more greed, whatever. Everyone had a different characteristic, is what I mean when I would think of, or like people that I would see or that I know. That's crazy. Mushrooms, genuinely, that title is the truth. Like, dead ass showed me the truth. But I don't want to advertise that here. This is supposed to be a motivational video. The biggest reason I like being sober, though, is control. If you're sober too, you might relate, but even if you're not, I hope this doesn't come off as like in the wrong way or in a negative way. But when you're sober, you feel like you've risen above needing a substance. Like, you're in control. You feel superior, not to other people, but you feel superior to having to, quote unquote, kneel down to having to take a drug, or using it as a crutch, or, you know, like, you feel like you need it. So it's like the fact that you don't, you feel superior to it. It's like being high off of just being healthy. It's like that feeling of getting runner's high, but just off of being healthy. There's nothing that tops the feeling of being clear and in control. I never want to get to a point where I'm going through withdrawal again, so I just don't use it that often. I've just been keeping busy, and it's easy when the temptation isn't there. Being in control of your own mind, that's the real high. Like, if you're having trouble, just stay focused, stay healthy, be free, and good luck. You can do it, alright?